Hello, my name is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And before I get started, I really want to reach out to all of you, men and women, to see how everybody is doing. And, I hope you're taking really good care of yourself, and not just yourself, but if you have family members that love you and support you, make sure you're taking really good care of them. And especially, if you have a husband or wife or a boyfriend or girlfriend, or, the little ones, like some kids, maybe they're not so little anymore. Maybe they're all grown up, but you do want to make sure you're there for them, and you love them, and let them know that you really do love them. And it's not by buying them stuff. Sometimes we get this mixed up with our kids, by buying things. It might show us that we love them, but how about the hugs and the kisses that go along with that, especially the little ones. The older ones, they might kind of shy away from being kissed and hugged, especially when they're teenagers and, they're out in public somewhere. They might not want mom or dad, giving them that hug, but hug them anyway. Let them know that you really care for them. And, also ways to let them know that you love them is to communicate with them. Let them know how much you mean to them, and you don't have to yell at them, so that's not what you need to do. So anyway, before I get started, if you do like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you do please subscribe to my channel. And you can get in touch with me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight. That's the best place to get in touch with me. Or on Facebook at Kathy with a K, Dingman, and Starlight. So those are two ways that you can get in touch with me. Soon I will have another place that you can get in touch. But for now, those are the two ways that you can get in touch with me. And I seem to always forget this, but I would love to hear back from you. You can always leave a comment down below this video. And, if you got any thoughts or anything that you want to say or add, please let me know. I'd love to hear from you. And so anyway, I want to get started with this video. And today, I want to talk to you about, are you looking for that special someone out there? And because we are still in the month of February, I do want to really, I've been in the love mode all month, and so I want to reach out to males and females. I know I don't have a lot of females out there yet, so I'm hoping to get some more females out. And because I love them as much as I love the males. And, I want to reach them too, So anyway, I want to reach out to all of you. If you are, looking, to not just get hooked up, but, have a lifetime, long relationship with somebody. I do know there's quite a bit of difference out there in the world these days. You got some people that are single, and I just did put a video out about this, is, single men and women. I've been on dating sites so much in my life that I learned a lot about people, and I did like communicating with men a lot, find out, things about them. And, I even would talk to my brother asking him questions. I'm like, well, you're a guy, I would try to get advice from him as far as what men think. But maybe he wasn't the best person to go to for that kind of advice. But I love talking to males, and I actually wanted to get a job doing that online. It's just to, to be like a friend to males and help them out. Because what I learned on the dating site is there is a lot of lonely men out there, and I know that's not just about the guys. There's a lot of women out there that are lonely too. Where I did find where they were either single men, you'd think that we're looking for maybe like a one night stand or, a friends with benefits. That was a lot out there on the dating site, I have to say. Or there were, men looking for friends, and not sure where they were going with that, because a lot of people, if you say that you're female and you're looking for friends, a lot of times they think, I wonder, like if, we can have sex or something, so that kind of stirs up issues there with that, where there's, sometimes men don't know exactly what that means when a girl is just looking for friends. Even if her profile says that she's not interested in sex, you wouldn't believe all the messages that I did receive on dating sites still asking if I was interested in a one night stand or friends with benefits. So that happened quite a bit. And then there are those out there that are men that really do. They want a relationship with a female. But what I did find out when I was on the dating site for years, I might have started like around 2010, like a long time ago that was. And on and off all the way up until like probably about 2021 is when I stopped going on the dating sites. And where all that time I learned a lot about the dating sites and all different types of men. I didn't just talk to single guys. I actually was talking to married men. There was a lot of married men that did, like answer my profile, and messaged me. And they did. They let me know that they were married. And it was kind of odd because they really said, that they really loved their wife, but they were looking for something on the side. So anyway, as far as I can't answer for other women, but I know what I like out there in the world when it comes to men is I would have to say the things that are really important to me is honesty. That kind of goes hand in hand with being loyal. Normally, if you're an honest person, you're not going to go out and cheat on somebody. So I do want somebody to be very honest, where he can come to me about anything, and guys, you probably would like to have an honest female, somebody that's going to be truthful, and when I say honest, that also means about, you want somebody that you can trust, not just as in being loyal to you and not cheating on you, but, where you can leave money around. And you don't have to worry about your things being stolen, so that's another thing with honesty. It kind of goes hand in hand. I learned that when I was a kid about stealing, that a lot of times if you stole, you did lie, so anyway, it's really good to know that, like you can trust somebody in your home, especially if you want a long-term relationship with somebody. And I've known people in my life that, they would do very well with having girlfriends. I knew a guy, I still know this person, and, where he would actually have long-term relationships, like, maybe longer than I ever had. As far as the longest relationship I ever had was 6 years. So he would actually, he had a lot going for himself, as far as pleasing a woman and having a good job and, a sense of humor and a hard worker, but, there was no commitment, like he never got married to any of the women that he was with for some reason or another. And I definitely wouldn't want to be just dating somebody for 10 years. I'd be like, wonder why he's not proposing to me yet, is there something wrong with me or something, like why is he just kind of hanging on to me, but, like, maybe he's talked about getting married, but, there's no commitment, so a lot of women, that's what they want. And besides commitment, with, and that goes with a lot of people out in the world, is, you would want to have somebody that's going to be there for you, and not just being committed to you. Do they even have enough time? Like, are they too busy, with work? I've known men like that, where I actually had somebody that would come to my home, and he was trying to impress me with what a great dad he was, and which his son was already grown up, and I didn't have any kids, and so I didn't understand why he was trying to impress me what kind of great father he was. The more I heard him talk, here he's working 6 days a week, and more than some of those days were more than 12 hours of work. And I'm thinking, like, I knew he was interested in me, but do you, like, you don't have even any time to be with a girl, so guys and girls, if you're too busy, like with making money, maybe you really need to work on yourself and figure out really what you want as far as a relationship goes. And what I've been doing for years now, I've done it my whole life, but, I've done like 12 years of going to church, so I learned a lot about being a good wife, even though I've never been married, and I've learned a lot about being a good mom, all those years of going to church, the do's and the don'ts, and the really the bad, horrible stuff about, being a bad wife or being a bad mother, so I learned the good, bad, and the ugly about all that kind of stuff. So I do have a lot as far as it goes to giving a guy what he really needs, and, like as far as, emotional needs, or, like there's so many different needs that we all have, where I'm a man pleaser, really, and so I'm not about a man's money, where I've noticed a lot, I know females in my life, they were over controlling when it came to their boyfriends or husbands, where they wanted to run their life and nitpick the whole time, like, and complain. And and not only complain, they nitpicked about all kinds of stuff, and they were after their money, the money that they didn't work for. So they, these women that I've known, is that they wanted them to always buy them something all the time and spend money on them. And there's a lot of that going on, where there's women that could look really good on the outside, and they believe that you ought to pay them for their looks or something. And I have never been like that my whole life, even though I've been blessed, like in past relationships where I've had at least a couple guys that really treated me good. Like, it didn't work out for one reason or another. A lot of times it was because they scared me, made me think that they were going to abuse me down the road, and or something else happened where they might have, like treated me out, like, and took me out traveling, or maybe bought me nice clothes. And I was very appreciative of that. They didn't have to do that. So I was very grateful. And but not all women appreciate that kind of thing, where a man does, they're not really, they just want more. It's never enough. And they can do, they'll do whatever it takes to get more from you. So you don't want to get with somebody that's just using you for your money. And you really, for me, I'm really looking for somebody to, like to, I want to have that higher love, where we're there for each other, like a good team, like good partners, like if he's down, I want to be there to lift him up. And I really desire a man to be there for me if I'm doing bad, like maybe emotionally, where that's where a lot of men fail, where if a woman is emotionally not doing so good, they don't know how to support her needs in that area. They might have no problem in the bedroom, to satisfy those kind of needs. But, like how about if she had problems in the past and dealing with some stuff? Are you the kind of guy that will tell her to knock it off, or, yell at her and call her names? So, and that goes with women too. There's women that act like men don't even have any feelings, and that they don't have a soft side, so women can be really rough when it comes to men, and using them for their money, and whatever they have that they can get their hands onto. And they might be beautiful on the outside, but how is their attitude with you? Are they think that they better than you, or do they judge you all the time, and always picking at your faults? So you do have to be really careful the kind of girl you get hooked up with. And what I've been learning is, like I said a few minutes ago, is I've worked on myself my whole life. I actually, in 2007, I stopped going to church, and I had to deprogram myself. I went through so much abuse at the church that I was going through, and I kind of did things the wrong way. I didn't really know. I knew I needed to get reprogrammed, but so now, I've been working on myself now a lot since COVID came. I've been really kicking hard, trying to improve my way of living, and I've gotten a lot of help on the YouTube videos with Ralph Smart Infinite Waters to love myself. So those are ways, you can actually work on yourself that way. Then, when when you're working on yourself, that's when that special someone, comes in your life. And, I wasn't looking for anybody after, COVID. I actually was with a friend of mine at the time, but when COVID came, that shot that right out of the water. And so after that, I have been working on me, and in all different areas. I've been trying to go through a healing. So a lot of you, men and women, you might need to go through a healing process, and it takes a long time to get healed. So you might want to, work on yourself, if you're looking for that special girl or that special guy. And, everybody seems to want a drive-through relationship where, they want to go online and find that guy or girl and just quickly jump into things. And you really, that you really can't do that. A lot of times, when people do that, it doesn't work out good because they didn't really get to know who they were getting involved with. And a lot of times people are not really being real with you in the beginning, and after time goes by, you end up finding out, they weren't honest with me. They ask me everything, hey, what are you looking for, and then they try to become everything that you said what you're looking for. And it's, so I learned that was not the best way to do things. Is sometimes it's good to keep things secret and see what they're all about. Ask questions. You want to find out about what they're like. Instead of asking, because a lot of times people will try to be like, oh, you like hiking? Okay, I really don't like hiking, but I'm going to go hiking with you, because I really think you're beautiful. And so, or wow, maybe you're making a lot of money, and, I want to go hiking with you because, I see something you have that I want, and I desire to have those things. Where down the road, hey, we've been seeing each other for 5 months. You want to go hiking this weekend? Nah, I really, because then you find out they really didn't like hiking or, camping like you do. They played it off in the beginning that they liked everything, like you like. And so I really don't really like to tell a guy what I like, because then it's like he can pretend all those things and try to show me what I want, by pretending to be everything that I desire to have, and then find out later on he's been a fake the whole time. I did get deceived, and we all get deceived. I got deceived years ago with a false Christian. I was looking for, I kept myself clean. I wasn't even being alone with the opposite sex for like 5 years, and I thought I found a Christian man. I thought, and I wasn't attracted to him, not at all. Asked my family, they couldn't believe I even went with him, because I don't go by the outward appearance, and I don't go by how much money the guy is making. I don't even ask him, hey, what do you do for a living? If girls ask you that, hey, what are you doing? If that's the first thing she comes up with, that should be an indicator of a red flag. Like if I had one, I would I do have one somewhere, but not handy enough, but that would definitely be a red flag, if they're first thing interested in how, like what kind of job, because then they're really finding out how much money you make. And, like you really, I would just go the opposite direction, just run, put your sneakers on and just run, because that is a red flag to me. I've had many guys ask me that, like, what do you do for a living? It's like, red flag. Don't you want to find out who I am? I've had more people, guys online that say, wow, you're really beautiful, and that's about as far as it got, but there's more to me than what's on the outside appearance. Don't you want to know who I am on the inside? I could be a witch. I could have little horns here, I could look good on the outside, but you really need to take time, men and women, to find out more about that man or woman. Just because he looks good on the outside, and he might even look healthy, or she might even look healthy, but you got to find out what their health is like. Are they healthy? There's sometimes people have mental illnesses that you're not even aware of, and then later on you find out and you're like, boy, I didn't even know all this about you. Well, you should have took more time to find out and ask me questions, or ask her questions, find out, hey, are you taking any medications? That's very important. What if they didn't have them one day and they needed them? Are you going to know anything about it, to know what kind of thing they need help with? Are they eating healthy? Are they and the smoking cigarettes? For me, smoking cigarettes is a huge turnoff. That's like, that ain't happening. I don't smoke cigarettes. In the past I did, but you might not know this, but it is a very bad habit. And, like you end up smelling like an ashtray, really. And I don't want to date an ashtray. I'm clean. I don't even do drugs anymore. So, you want to, clean up your life. If you do smoke cigarettes and you're looking for, this beautiful hot chick, and you're like, oh, she's so beautiful, I want to get involved with her. Are you willing to give up your cigarettes or your drinking habits? I don't even drink alcohol. I don't want to be with a man that drinks alcohol, because it's going to get me back into wanting to drink my wine again. And, I gave up my wine, and I did love the taste of my wine. It's just that, I want to live healthier, and, there's wine that's fine, like they say it's good. But I gave it up, And are you taking good care of yourself as far as eating habits go? I love the animals, so I'm not going to eat my animal friends anymore. Are you? Are you eating my animal friends? we're going to have an issue there. I'm not going to want to get involved if a man is eating my friends, my little chicken or my fish. I love fish. I really was a big seafood eater, not really huge, but I did like that was my favorite of all time food when I was eating my friends. But, I used to even fish, and catch them. I even had my hunting license, but I've never killed a deer. I did fish, did eat the fish, but I don't do that anymore. So, who I'm getting involved with is going to be taking really good care of himself. I want him to live a long time. Don't you want to live a long time and live a healthy life? Because I've known a lot of people, if they don't change their eating habits around, later on when they get like 50 or even 40, they end up going to the doctors and they end up having really bad problems with their body because of the food they're eating. Maybe you're eating a lot of junk food and things that are not good. Maybe you're not even eating vegetables and fruit. So if you're looking for that pretty girl or beautiful girl or that good-looking guy and they're healthy and they are, and you want to get involved, well, guess what? That takes a lot of work on you, so, instead of going out and looking on the outward appearance, why don't you get to know them in the inside, I get a lot of messages from different types of guys, searching for someone out there, and I'm very honest with them. I let them know that I'm sorry, but Starlight's not looking right now. I'm working on myself. So, and that's what I want. I desire a man that loves himself, and that he's working on himself. He's eating healthy. He cares about my animal friends like I do. And, like in the summertime, I have lots of geese friends. They love me. And, they follow me around. And, I'm big at crows. I love my crows. So all the little animals, even insects, snakes too. So yeah, I would even give a bear a hug, give me a bear hug. I am not even afraid of wild animals at all. So yeah, it's just that a lot of people, they don't get to know it enough about the other person. What are your beliefs? Do you believe what I believe? I wouldn't want to go with somebody that didn't believe in God. I definitely would want to, go with somebody. I have a lot of men that go to church. Well, I'm sorry, but I'm not interested in going to church anymore. I'm good. I've done that, been there. And I'm learning right now about spirituality. So that's what I'm seeking, is somebody that's into spirituality. And like I said, somebody that loves themselves, and they show it, it's not an act. And, for guys and girls out there, you need to take more time to work with yourself, and a lot of that, that means that you're going to have to spend some alone time with yourself, find out who you are. Do you even know who you are? Do you even know what you're capable of? As far as work goes, are you even happy with the job you have and the kind of money you make? If you're not, that's an area that you can work on so you are happy. I know a lot of people that are miserable. They might make great money, but they might be miserable, and that causes a lot of stress. So you really do. You need to focus on yourself, and don't look on the outward appearance, and if you do, it's just that you really need to know that there's more to them than what's on the outside, because you might get deceived, I learned that when I was very young, is not to go by the outward appearance, because when I started out, I was like, oh, wow, I was too young to understand. I wasn't being taught anything about relationships. And, I learned right away, oh, okay, he was good looking on the outside, but man, what what an attitude, So you have to make sure, you take time to, ask a lot of questions about the people and test them out. There's nothing wrong. It says in the Bible you can test people. Don't tempt people. Don't tempt people to do naughty things, but, hey, test them out. See if they're being honest with you, and leave money around. See if they're going to take it on you, or, like jewelry or whatever. See if they're going to snag it from you. If it disappears, then, you could tell him where to go, or where she can go. So not everybody is, just the outward appearance doesn't mean everything. And sometimes that really can hurt people when you respond to them and you're like, wow, that's the first thing they say is, wow, you're a beautiful woman. Well, there's more to that, more of me than just the outward, appearance, So you might not even know my shadow side. Do you want to know my nitty gritty stuff? Maybe I got some secrets. Maybe you want to know about those, as well as, getting a look on the outside. Maybe I have something that, I need to tell you, but, maybe you don't even care, about those things, but you should, So anyway, I love all of you, and I really want you to work on yourself, and that's how you're going to find that perfect girl, or, like the perfect guy that you're looking for, is by doing a lot of work on yourself. And it takes time, though, so it's an everyday thing that you need to work on, and being kind to yourself and being gentle, like I've been learning. And anyway, I love all of you, and if you do like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like, please subscribe to my channel. And I would love to hear a message from you. Like you can write me down below in the message box there, and or contact me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, which probably is not the greatest place to reach me because there's so many people that do message me there. And that's at Kathy with a K and Dingman Starlight. So those are 3 different places that you can contact me and leave me a message, and I would love to hear from you. So anyway, I really want you to have a great day. As always, make sure you're taking really good care of yourself, and not just yourself, but the ones that are there loving and supporting you. Don't forget your beautiful kids if you have any, and don't forget those furry little friends and the not so furry friends. Well, anyway, this is Starlight. Love and light. Peace.